How's it going, Blue Raider Nation? This is Connor Smith and Shane Pickering from GoMiddle.com. We're at Floyd Stadium after a 31-17 win over Sam Houston State on senior day for the Blue Raiders. Shane, this was a game that went very similar to how the rest of the MTSU games go. They got down early, made the comeback, led by true freshman, or not true freshman, redshirt freshman Roman Gagliano at quarterback. Absolute stud. I mean, that guy, you look at his numbers, 268 passing, a touchdown, along with 67 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Very dynamic guy. I mean, he plays really free and clear. Coach Basin talked about it in the post-game press conference about how he's kind of like a kid just like in a candy store just playing with his marbles. He mentioned all these different kids' toys. Ball knower, by the way. But, yeah, Roman's just – he plays really free. We talked about it beforehand. He kind of plays like a controlled Diego Pavia, if you will, with just how much energy he brings. He's been great the last few weeks, but he's not the only guy that has contributed to the last 2 weeks and this win.
Yeah, I mean, to touch on Roman real quick, we kind of talked about who we thought we could compare him to. One of the best group of 5 quarterbacks in the country right now is Colton Joseph at Old Dominion, who has that passing ability and can hit with his legs. And Roman is looking a lot like him. And so if you're looking at next year even, you build on with Roman, and you get a top G5 quarterback, and you get the receivers back. You're looking at a very talented team next year.
Yeah.
In year 3 under Derek Mason. But yeah, the defense stepped up huge today. Shakai Woods was electric from that nose tackle position. And really, I think having that nose tackle has opened up the entire defensive front. You've seen DeMonte on senior day really stand out again, really this whole year, though. Parker Hughes he played with added energy. You knew knew it was senior night.
His hair was on fire, to say the least.
He was going crazy today, and he wrapped it all up perfectly. It was storybook, had the interception to close out the win. Ari McDonald's really given this team a reliable corner over the last month. And you've seen them play close with Jacksonville State, play close with Western Kentucky, both of which who are probably going to be in the conference championship game. And then you come and beat Sam Houston. This defense, they went down 10-0. They were resilient. They gave up a touchdown, but it was at the very end where the game was already out of reach. So this defense really pitched a shutout after going down 10-0. And it was, MTSU scored 34.
31.
So it was really 31-10 until it was kind of whatever at the end.
The last second score, what a minute.
So, I think the defense really made plays. You saw a lot of rotation, too. Brendan Harris came in on senior night, and stepped in after Chris Noble went down. And Noble's going to be a good player, too. And speaking of Noble, true freshman, there's a lot of young talent in this game today.
Yeah, a lot of young guys that have come into the fold the last few weeks. When you talk about Chris Noble, DJ Taylor, he didn't play tonight, but he's been a reliable guy. You look at Otto Jans van Rensburg, who was solid on the offensive line before going down with an injury. And then specifically today, Landon Collins, the walk-on receiver from Farragut. Obviously being a walk-on, you're not expected to do too much, but got his first start last week, right, against Western?
This was his first start.
Sorry. Got his first action last week, yes. And then his first start today. It's really good. I believe, let me look at it.
With 37 yards?
Yeah, 4 for 37, including a 17-yard.
I think he was targeted, too. That was like a pass interference.
Yeah, and
he made a lot of plays.
Big gain. Yeah, I mean, he gives you that big body out there, 6'2", 6'3", kind of guy, speedy, athletic, really, how do I say this? Really overperformed, if you will, especially being a true freshman. We thought maybe he'd redshirt. Been pretty good the last 2 games. Gave them an additional big play threat, like I said, with the 17-yard gain. He's been really good for this team. He's a guy that'll be a good piece going forward with this talented young core with those guys. Locke Kennedy didn't get in today. You talk about him and Micah Smith. A lot of young guys that are going to be some dudes for Middle
Tennessee. A lot
of
promise with this young core. And, you saw, like, Landon, even though he was a walk-on all summer, I was asking, who's standing out? It's like, you're not going to believe me, but it's Landon Collins. Mm-hmm. It's like, I liked him as a recruit. I was surprised they even got him as a walk-on, to be honest. And then it was next week, all right, who's standing out? Landon Collins again. And he's earned this role. This isn't, let's just throw a young guy out there. He's earned playing time. And you see that with, how he's playing. And speaking of young talent, they got a good amount of high school talent and junior college talent here this weekend for official visits. They came in this morning. And Derek Mason, you might have noticed, was in a suit in the press conference. That's because
Looking snazzy.
he is looking great. But he was going to the dinner with the recruits and the families following the game, so that's why he was all dressed up. It wasn't anything suspicious. He's got the recruiting weekend, and then they'll have a ton of stuff planned for them this weekend as they really try to add to this class. They've kind of debated, how they wanted to approach this class, but they seemingly want to add some high-end high school guys that can impact right away before they move on to the JUCO ranks and the portal. And so we'll have all that kind of coverage for you at Go Middle this weekend.
Yeah, over 70 visitors, including 14 OVs. Director of Player Personnel Landon Yount told us to maybe expect some more. So, like Shane said, plenty of recruiting content going to come out in the next few days. So be sure to check that out on gomiddle.com. But Shane, finishing it out, last home game of the season. Next week is the last game of the season in general in Las Cruces against New Mexico State. Kickoff is at 2:30. The Blue Raiders can pick up their third win of the season next week. We'll see you there.